Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another tutorial. I actually woke up one day this week dreaming about this idea, and I sat down and I did all of the measuring, and I created a white template, which I'll show you in a minute. But it is a full, it is a video in our full page journal series. And so this is what I made. Let me move my coffee. It is a Saturday morning. I was raring to go into the studio. I am still a little bit ill and nasally, so forgive me for that. But I could not wait to get back in here today. I have not crafted all week. I've been sick. I was out sick 3 days last week, so 2 days last week. So yeah. But anyway, it's a full page. So this is our journal page. This is for the Frosty Winter Journal. And then basically the way this works is we've got this element that is acting as a pocket in addition to being a flip up banner shaped kind of writing spaces. So let me just undo that. I put a belly band on it because I don't like my things sticking up like that. If that doesn't bother you, you don't have to do that step. But you basically have writing space, writing space, writing space, writing space, writing space, writing space, and writing space. So really, really cool. I was so excited. I brought my husband in here. I'm like, you have to see what I created. And he's like, okay. And I shared it. And of course, he doesn't get it because he doesn't do this kind of work. I mean, he's always kind and generous, but he was like, oh, okay. But I thought it was pretty epic. It took me a while to get it worked out because I needed to figure out how I could do it. So before we continue, I wanted to mention that you could have it go this way. So you could have which will make more sense when we start making it, but you could have this flipped this way so that your little things flip this way for writing, which is totally workable as well. You could also have it flip up from the bottom. And I think those were the only two variations that were popping up to me, but I needed to keep it basic because I was actually prepping this video last night while I was still, kind of high on cold medicine. So hopefully on the mend though. This has been a long go. So I've got my supplies, Fabri-Tac. I pulled out my art glitter glue again because I bought these. I finally got some stainless steel pens, and so I can keep that capped up as I'm working because I'm really enjoying that again for certain things. My eyelet setter, I'm just going to get that stuff out of my way. We've got eraser, pencil, ruler, and this is the template. So I show it exactly as it is, as it would be. Oh, that's my little notes. I'll talk about those notes in a second. I'll take a picture of this as well so that you guys can get a glimpse of what this looks like because I put the measurements for the one that we're making today. And I added some notes because I created the belly band option afterwards, so I have my measurements so that we can do that together, 9.5 by 1.5 to wrap around. And then also when I try to put things in that pocket, it's getting stuck because there's layers of paper behind there. So I need to come up with a solution for covering that over so that we don't get hung up. But basically your little flippies are 2 inches wide by 4 1/8 inches tall. That's from top to point. These ones are 3 by 5.5. Each of them are 3 by 5.5. And then the way I worked it out to know how far in I wanted to go, because see how these ones overlap? I needed to determine where this one was going to fall. Well, that's a little bit off, but perfection is not at play, right? So, so you can determine how far you want these to go. I wanted to make sure they would fit on a journal page. So I'm going the direction that I was going. So this is 5 1/8. So that's a little bit of wiggle room for my pages, which are generally 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. Sorry, I need some coffee. It might get a little loud in here a little bit later because my husband is working in the next room. He ripped up all the carpet so that he can lay some flooring. So we'll see how that affects things. But And then I just put pencil marks for the eyelets where you could potentially put them. You could put them everywhere if you wanted to. I just didn't want to bulk it up too much. Now I will say that this is fairly thick because I print on 65-pound paper. It's not too bad, but it's very structurally sound for a pocket. So that is our pocket piece. And you only glue it on you glue it on the 3 sides because you don't want things falling through necessarily. So I had to go back and glue the bottom because I forgot. I might forget again because I haven't done it again with that in my mind. And this is just my faux journal page just to show you how that would work. Obviously, you could also put it on the inside. It doesn't matter. I just thought it would be fun to just have it be on the outside. So that is our template. And again, I'll take photos of that and put it in the, and that was I just wanted to not forget those notes. Okay, these are the digitals we're going to be working with today. These are, they will be linked. I can't tell you off the top of my head which creator I got these from, but they will be linked. And these are from the Harmony kit. I can tell you that. Oh, I didn't get all that white off. I'll have to fix that. Let me turn and do that right now because now it's going to drive me crazy. I didn't get that final edge. Just a moment. Lately, I've been exasperating myself in the studio, not having enough room on my table. So I have a little table over to my right that I have my cutter on now. So that's removed the stress from me. So let's just get some of this out of the way. And I've got about 5 pages here because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, but we're gonna need that template because I want to kind of keep this in view for you as well. Okay, these are the journal cards that will go in when we're to that point. And let's see. So what I did on my prototype is I had a solid here. I thought that really broke it up, so we'll probably do that again. And then it's the same digital on the other 4 tags, for lack of a better word. They're kind of a reverse banner kind of thing, but really, really cool. So let's see what we want to do. So I've got 2 of these. I'm almost inclined to use these. And then we could use maybe this for that middle section. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. So let me put those aside. Pardon me 1 second while I blow my nose. Pardon me. I thought I had a sinus infection, but it was actually the flu moved through my entire body, so that was not fun. I don't usually get the flu. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our big pieces first. So our big tags, again, for lack of a better word. So in total, they're going to be, sorry, I gave you mismeasurements. So, and I'll change this, I'll alter this, but they're 3 inches wide, but you want to take that 5.5 and add the 3 because we're going to score it 3 inches to fold around for the pocket. Now, you probably don't have to do that. I just like the idea of that. And plus, you could also use it as a journal page. So it could go in a journal like this as well. So that I wanted to leave that, but you could obviously play around with your design. But so we're going to actually make our digitals, our strips, 3 inches by 8.5 inches. So I'm sorry for the waffling. So we're going to grab, well, I'm going to get 3 out of this. So just a minute. So in this design, I'm working with a little bit of a different paper. So I was able to actually get my 3, excuse me, my 3 strips out of 1 piece of paper. So that depends on what digital you're working with. So we've got 3 pieces, so we may not need to tap into those at all. So let me see what we've got going on here. So there we go. So this is how the digital, let me look at the original. So this is on the left. That's actually quite beautiful, isn't it? Wouldn't it be pretty to just do that? I think we're going to do that. Yes, we are. So I'm going to grab my small trimmer to do the scoring. So I'm just going to grab that and bring it up here. And we're going to score each of these pieces. Let me back up and show you what happened on this one. So because of the end that I scored these on, my script is upside down. You probably can't tell, but, and it's not bothersome to me, but it's upside down on that part because of the way that I scored it. So you want to keep your direction in mind when you do this. So I'm going to go ahead and score all of these at the top at 3 inches. Okay, set that aside. We'll need it again. So I'm just going to fold those. Uh-oh, there we go. Why does that seem like it's bigger than 3 inches? Because, nope, it's not. It's 3. Cold brain. I know I keep saying that, but man, this thing is hanging on for life. Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder here and get a good crease. There we go. So I'm trying to remember which way these went. But how can I not tell? I need to keep looking at the original. That's really strange. Why can't I tell? Oh, there, because I had those backwards. There we go. So that's the order. So now we need to make our little shape. So I believe that what I did is I went ahead and centered this. So I'm just going to do one. Let's see if we can get it even-ish. And I found on my other paper I had to turn it over and do it on the other side because it was darker. So I'm going to mark the center right here at the bottom. And then I'm going to go up 1 inch over here. So I'm going to go up 1 inch. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So this is my 1 inch mark. And then I'm 1.5 inches from the bottom, or from the edges. So there we go. So now I'm just going to manually cut that. And then I'll just use this one as my template. So I'm just cutting that to those 2 points. This might not be the exact same measurement as I did in the prototype, but that's okay. That is okay. There we go. So isn't that so cool? Okay, so so then again, you got to make sure you're getting the right end as well. And rather than trying to rely on that fold, I am butting this all the way up to the bottom so that it's even, okay? Okay, today my Whopper organizational epiphany video went up. You guys, it was so incredible. I did a video on how I am now tracking my digitals visually, and oh my gosh, you guys, it's already a game changer. Just looking for some background papers for some projects I'm doing, it was like so effective. I was just able to get my binder out of all my backgrounds and find what I wanted, find what matched, and it was amazing. So let me finish inking these and not keep you here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am inking everything just because I don't want to think about what needs to be inked today. So there we go. I'm just inking it all. So, and this, if you didn't see my other video, this is just a nail, what do you call that? File thing. It's that soft spongy thing, and it is epic. As you can see, I'm getting some pretty dark application, but I really like that. So there we go. There we go. So this is the way it goes. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, if I do say so myself. Okay, so now we're gonna do our just so that I don't forget, we're gonna do our little holes here. So I'm gonna just line these up. And I don't have to get the eyelets in, I just want to get them punched so that they're all in the same place, okay? And I spy it, as you know. I don't aim for that perfection, so we're just gonna punch that right there, okay? Now they're good to go. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to glue these together. So this is the point where we have to play around with how these are going to overlap. I'm actually not liking that overlap. I think I like this better. Just break those up. Okay, yeah. So I said 1 inch, so I'm going to try to follow that, and I'm just going to line this up to there. Okay. And then we'll see how wide we end up being. Okay. So then we're going to go, and this is where it gets tricky because it does have to go under that. And we can go a little bit out because we've got, that's 5 1/8 right there. So that looks to be just a little over 1 inch. So I think I'm going to pull that out a little bit because we've got a little bit of wiggle room. So that's 5 1/8 right there. Okay. So now that we've got it in place, I'm going to go ahead and make a pencil mark here just in case things move, which it probably will. Okay, go like that. And then we're going to go ahead and pick this up, and we're going to fold this, line that back up to that line. I'm hoping this is making a modicum of sense in my cold brain here. I have a warm brain, but I have a cold in it. Okay, so let's turn that over like that. And then we can wiggle, we can make some adjustments here as well. So let's see where we're at. We're 5 1/8. We're perfect right there. And I do like to kind of make sure that that this is even, okay, because this can get kind of off kilter. So I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. And that side looks really good. So now we're going to flip her over again. And I did find that I needed to trim that, which is fine. You know, perfection is not at play. So I also discovered after the fact that I needed to put a little bit of glue in here so that none of that catches as well. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit in there just to help that process out. And hopefully I didn't just get everything misaligned. Fingers crossed. Let's look at it and make sure before we glue that last flap. Yeah, that looks really good, doesn't it? Does it? Does it? Yep. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and glue this whole flap down. Uh-oh, that moved. Yikesies! Cara-Renee! Now we're off. Goodness gracious. I'm just I spying it here now. Just a little over 1 inch. Yeah, that looks good. So with all that flipping and flopping, it's bound to happen. So now I'm just going to open that and just hold that really well. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. So I'll wait to trim that until we're done. So, because we have more flaps and flops to do. So now we need to do the little tags, which are these ones that are 2 by, so if you do 4, 3, so 7 1/8. I think they were really 7 inches when I actually measured them post creation. So what do we want to use there? What do we want to use on that? I almost feel like this would be really, that's a little bit, I'm almost thinking this. Yes. So I'm going to cut 2 strips, 2 inches by 7 inches. So give me a moment. Here we go. I did pick up a new digital. I needed a background for this this journal, so I did that. So there we go. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to just center this. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. I did move the camera up a little bit. I'm going to turn this one over because I'm having trouble seeing that. So that is also an option. So here's my center, and I think I don't want to go as high up, do I? Yeah, I think I want it to be the same angle. So we're just going to follow that 1 inch up, and then it's 1 inch over. So easy peasy. I am going to be working on very soon a project for my granddaughter who's turning 14. I always make her a mixed media project, so I'm going to be working on that on camera as my Sunday's Art of Truth coming up. So I'll be focusing on that this week because I want to make sure that I get that done. Her birthday's on the 13th, but her party's on the 15th. So I just need to have it done by then. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be different for me, but I hope that you guys will come back and check that out. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to bring the score tool over, And I'm going to score again at 3 inches. And the cool thing about this, guys, there's so much variation you could do with this. I mean, I feel like I could have gone on and on and on with all of the possibilities. So really, really cool. If I do say so myself, which I do. I do. Okay, so let's bend that. Okay. And, you know, sometimes people come back and they say, well, you know, why couldn't you have just done this? Or why didn't you just do this? I don't have a lot of time to plan my projects. And so I go with whatever inspired me. So I always invite you guys to use your freedom of expression and creativity and come up with your own variations of this kind of project. So I'm going to take a moment and ink this as well. That got a little bit heavy in ink, but that's okay. I like the grunge look even with this, these grays and blues. It's just gorgeous. So we're gonna roll with it. It depends on how you turn this thing. I'm still learning how to make it work for me, but there we go. So I'm not gonna put eyelets. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna put eyelets. I don't have to put anything on it. I thought it would be fun to play around with some chain and maybe have some chain going from one to the other. Maybe we'll do that. Let's go ahead and poke some holes. Let's poke some holes. So I'm just again lining those up so that they are in the same position. Respectfully. You know what I mean, right? Okay, there we go. So, oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I can't get over it. Okay, so there's that. So that's going to go there. And that one's going to go on the other side. So, so you can see this one, for some reason, is sticking up way high. And I'm not sure what happened there. You guys might have saw what happened. But see how we've got, this is up higher. I'm not going to worry about it. I wonder if I can kind of pull it down a little bit and just give that a little bit of a crease. Yeah, it's still high, but that's okay. Again, we're not looking for perfection. This is a fun thing to do. And now I do have to be mindful to keep this straight along this edge because of that bump that we've got there. So I'm going to use my white glue again. This is my art glitter glue. It's nice if you want a fast stick. Sometimes I don't want a fast stick, so you guys can determine that for yourselves, what you like. Oop, I forgot an edge. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's get that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and and I'm not going to measure. I'm just going about 1/4 inch, I believe. And then I'm just going to try to line this. I'm going a little bit closer than I did on my sample, but that's okay. That looks really good. And that's going to bring this up. So we're going to try to keep that going with the other side so that it looks a little bit more on purpose that we did that. My nails are also finally growing out. They're not looking as horrible. This one tore, so it's a little rough, but I think I'm going to like not having plastic acrylic on my hands. So very, very exciting there as well. So I'm just going to, again, I'm estimating. I'm not striving for perfection because it's usually very disappointing when we do that. So there we go. Yeah. Just going to give that a press, okay? So what I was talking about with this note about putting gluing a piece of paper on the back on this 3-inch side is so that when I stick things in, nothing is getting caught. I was finding that things were getting stuck. So I'm going to turn to my print cutter and I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. And I'm thinking, because that's on the inside, it's not going to ever show. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm just going to grab some tape. And because I don't want to bulk it up with more paper. So I actually just bought some more artist tape. I'm just going to use it because it's sitting right there. Artist tape is expensive. My husband was using it for some household stuff. And I'm like, Okay, so I'm just going to put some tape all down here. Okay, oh, that went too high. Oh, Cara-Renee. Good thing that doesn't show. There we go. It's not going to show. Nobody's even going to know it's there. And that's hopefully going to help me not have that binding issue that I was having before. And again, you could have created the pocket. Well, you would have still needed this part to create a pocket, but it wouldn't necessarily have had to be done this way. So freedom of expression abounds, right? That's what we want. That's what I want on my channel. I want you guys to think outside the box and help me think outside the box. So I think that's going to be a lot better. Okay. So hopefully that's going to all stick. There we go. Our journal page, we didn't select a journal page. Should we do, I think I want to do the same page. So let's do that. So I've got a full page. I will have to trim it because they do print just a slightly wider than the way I like them. So I'm just going to turn to the trimmer and make sure that this is 5¼ inches across. So give me a moment. Fun, fun, fun. So this is going to go on here like this. We're not going to glue it yet because I want to put the eyelets in. Those are not even. They're not even, Steven. But see how they flip up? Boom. Oh, we didn't ink that either. What? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. See if we got the other ones. Yep. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our eyelets in here as well. So I've got I think I'm going to get the backs too. I've been lazy and haven't been putting the backs on them. And they're here, so why are we not using them? Okay, so we're going to put the eyelets on. So I'm just going to speed through this really quick. There we go, all hooked up. Alrighty, let's get those out of the way so I didn't cap my glue again. I'm wondering if these are really stainless steel because this is already turning color and they're supposed to be stainless steel. Frustrating. Okay, so there we go. So see how you could have it go the other way as well. You know what? This would be cool because then you're not going to have, so the problem with the prototype is that I glued this down so that my tips came down. That's going to take some abuse because sometimes people will set the journal on its end. So what do you think if we switch it and go upward? It would not affect anything. It would not affect anything. So let's do that. I'm just going to ink that up because that is going to show because that's the pocket. So the tricky part is we could also have it be a belly band and not glue the bottom, which I think I would prefer because if it goes like this, you've got most of that space on the, or you could go like this and go up, get most of that on there, and then flip these up and just take a visual. That's too high though. So that's too high. So let's go down so that those tips are just above the page like that. So then you've got most of this writing space is accessible. So you do lose a little bit here, but it's still more functional than the other way. So I like that. So I'm going to put a pencil line here. Okay, we're going to just do it different. That's part of the fun of this, right? What is that? What is that? Oh, that's the tape. I'm like, what is that white? Let me clip that off. Need the fussy cutters. Too teeny tiny there. There we go. Got myself another set of scissors so that I don't have to keep bringing stuff in from the living room. So that's going to go there. I love this. I love this better than the other one. So there we go. I still need to make one for the reference journal, but we'll do that. I'll do that later. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this, but this time I'm not going to glue the bottom. I'm going to let, and actually I think we'll have our tags go, our journal cards go up with, yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we're going to do it together. So I'm going to put glue on this edge and this edge using my white glue. Jury's still out on this pen. I'm frustrated. I got them from Amazon. Okay, so we're going to line that up right here. And I'm just not going quite to the edge because we do have a little bit of space there. So that's perfect. Perfecto. Just give that a quick smush. It is turning. That is so frustrating. I will be returning those pens because they are not stainless steel as advertised. Okay. I love that. It almost looks like little houses, doesn't it? Very, very cool. And so it flips down like that for writing. You've got your pocket that's going to go all the way through. Okay. It would have been nice if I'd inked that edge, but I did not think of that. But that's okay. All right, so let's work on our cards, okay? So sometimes I like to go from bottom up anyway, and I can put, you know, put a whale tail punch on this side where it's going to be sticking through. So I think that's just slightly too wide. So I'm going to just trim a little bit off of that. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay, so that is the smaller one. So we'll put this the tab on the bigger one. So this is obviously too big. So I don't want to lose the tree, so I'd rather take some off of this other side. So I'm just going to make a pencil mark here. And then it's also going to have to be shorter, I think. Maybe not. Maybe just a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit off the bottom. And thinking about the corners. I think I want to make some corners on it, like almost like looking like a tag shape. Just reaching for my template here. And yeah, let's do that. Actually, I want a bigger one. I don't have very many big ones on this template. So what did I do with the other one? I have like 5 of these, so where are you hiding? I don't know where they went. I only have one because this is just one I haven't made yet, which I should probably just do since we're here because somebody asked again. I've been doing it in a video, but it can get a little bit lost. So let me show you how I make that template. So I'm going to make a pretty deep one here on this side. So you just cut it with your scissors, okay? So that's one. We'll make a small one over here. And then we'll make kind of a medium one over here. And then we'll make a one that's a little bit more slanted in there. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay. And so see how big that is. I would not want to use that necessarily on this, but I think this size would work fine. Uh-oh. What did you do? What did you do? I just ruined this. I should have stayed straight. We're going to still use it for this purpose though, but that's basically it. That's what you do. It's not rocket science or anything, but that was crazy. That's crazy. Well, it works this way though. Does it? Oh no, what did I do? So I have to pay attention to this edge, not the top edge. Yeah, that didn't work at all. So where did my little thing that I just cut off here go? There it is. Is this the one? Yeah, so we're just going to do the old-fashioned way and just flip this over. I just completely ruined that card, but that's okay. I probably have some more in my purse. The stores, they always ask me, do you want me to throw this away? I'm like, no, I use it for art. And they're like, what? Yes, I use it for art. Okay. So that's going to go this way. So let's go ahead and ink. Let's cut. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was the wrong end. Now she's upside down. Okay, so now we have to do the other end as well. Oh my goodness. Foggy brain. Where did my piece go? So that's going to go in like that. And then this one, I think I won't do the top. I don't have to do the top, so we'll leave that. And then just do this bottom 2 corners because we're feeding it in from the bottom. So it's really good to explore ways that you can get out of the box, which is my my word for the year is exploration, which is to try to think outside of my box. And so I encourage you to do that, which is this process that you're seeing here, to going up into a pocket rather than down and those kinds of things. So let me ink this up really quick. Okay, so we will, this is the smaller one, so it's going to go on to the top. So we're just going to slide her in here. Oh, you know what? That didn't stick. Yeah, it did. I just need a little bit more glue on this end because it feels like it's not sticking. There we go. So we're going to wait a second on that. Let's go ahead and do a couple of whale tail punches on this. I'm debating though. I think I only want to do it on the top one. So I need to get a strip so that I can, oh, we need to do the belly band too. I wonder if we, yeah, we still need it. So sorry guys, let's do the belly band. I forgot. I knew that I'd forget that too, but we could use this strip. Okay. So what I did, and if the video gets too long, guys, please feel free to speed me up. I went long here. So this should be 9.5 inches tall. So let's see where we're at here. Whoa, 9. Oh, that's too long. So let's trim her off. So we're going to trim her off at 9.5. So right here. I'm going to do that with the cutter. There we go. So 9.5, and then I said 1.5, but this is not. This is a 1 1/4, which is fine. So then what I did is I found my, what did I do? Let me use my zero gravity ruler to find my center here. It's easier sometimes on my eyes to do it this way. So okay, we're right there. So this is the center. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not what I want to do, because this is going to actually get wrapped around. So my apologies, guys. So we do want to get this centered here though, because we want this to be equal. We're going to have to cut some off to make our opening, but this is just a place to start. So I'm going to try to line this up here on my grid, and then I'm going to slide this up just so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so now I can see that we are even-ish, right? I'm going to move her over a little bit. And let's go ahead and test this theory, seeing how much we have over here. So we have 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. Beautiful. Okay, so then I just take this little edge and fold it in, give it a light press, do the same over here, light press. Okay, and then I like to make sure that it's actually even this way. So now we can give it a more vigorous crease there. Okay, boom. Oh, we already got that. So I don't know how, because I did that other one last minute. So see how, because I measured it at the 9.5, I got it the exact size I needed. So then I didn't have to worry about taking additional bits off. That's got some hangy bits. Let's trim that off. probably folding. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a notch, which is like so confusing because I had a thing out here when I was working last night. I don't know what I did. Hopefully I didn't throw them in the trash, which has been known to happen before. So let's do something different because I don't want to wing it in my present state. So I'm just going to grab one of my chompers here. Oh, so this is the sponge. This is the nail thing. So I just cut a bit off of the bottom of it. Okay, so let's use this. Let's use this. Okay. Now, again, if you don't mind things kind of flapping open, you do not need to do this step at all. But I do mind it. So now we're going to go ahead and put our holes for our eyelets here. So I'm just folding those. I'm not creasing that. I'm just pinching there. And then let's punch our little hole here. The local kids are coming over for dinner tonight. So, because tomorrow's Super Bowl, and my oldest daughter, the Super Bowl is sacred, so they don't hang out with anybody on Super Bowl. They really enjoy actually watching the game and not the social aspects of it. Just making sure those are actually even. They should be. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just let's showcase this and see if everything looks copacetic. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I do want to kind of mark where I want that to be, so I'm going to make a pencil mark here and here. Okay, and then we're going to use our fabric tack here, which I did not even use in today's video, which is weird. Okay, make sure it's going the right direction. My script is good. Oh no, that needed to go. It needed to go on here before we glued it to the page. So my apologies, guys. This part needs to go before. So let's see if we can still manage this. We can't do that because that'll affect our flips. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I messed this up big time. So it's not going to have any flips. So that's okay. I think it's going to be all right. Let's give it a little bit of a burnish and see if we can help that. I should have put that underneath. My gosh, I can't believe I did that. But it is what it is. Oh, now those are upside down. Now my script is upside down. Why didn't you tell me? It's okay. It doesn't matter to me. So that is our final result. So let's go ahead and stick. I wanted to do an eyelet in this one as well. Sorry about that. I thought I was so on top of it this morning with my planning. I will put some seam binding on these things off camera. I just don't want to waste your time. We're already 53 minutes in. Hopefully I can... This was looking like it was going to be a fast video until I get gabbing. So let's go ahead and stick that up there. Oh no, it's too big. Okay, let me trim it. The fog is setting in, metaphorically speaking. I fear. So I'll make a note on the template to make sure that you create your belly band and put your belly band around it before you glue this piece onto your page so that you guys don't make that same mistake. Okay, so this is going to slide up here. Actually, this one would be fun with it coming up the top. Maybe I'll put an eyelet on that one and have it come, well, it will infringe there, so I'm not going to do that. So I don't want it all the way up, and that's not going to fall down because it's pretty tight in there. And so I'll put a seam binding on this one, but this is what it's going to look like. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. Look at that layering. Look at that layering down at the bottom. So that is it, my friends. On my other one, I only did seam binding on, which ones? I only did seam binding on, oh, I did eyelets. I only did seam binding on one. So we will have more freedom here because we've got this is all going to stick out the top. So that's really epic. So that is it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and forgive me for my sniffling and my mistakes, but you know, we're here together to do this. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.